Ta-da!
Yes.
We are back.
Hello, dear wonderful people. We are Marc and
Robert Babic.
yeah, correct.
Yes. And Marc.
And like always in this show, before you say something,
I'm well prepared.
yes,
303 and Marotopia.
So the question of the show, which is always the first one. Robert, how are you today?
I feel colorful, as you can see, around me. And I'm in gray, and you are in gray. And I heard rumors that our guest is in gray as well.
Oh, really?
Today is the day of the gray. And my teddy has a new synthesizer. Actually, it's an old synthesizer, but he has it in his hand. And I was working on a track, and I had to do 15 versions. And then I was so tired and had to take a nap. But I barely woke up just before our show.
Oh.
After, you know how it is when you make music and you make a version and you are happy, and then no, again, and no, again, and again, and again, and again. That's the life of artists.
Especially you.
Maybe. Okay, let's bring in some of our great people. I see we have a lot of our wonderful people here.
Yeah, the community is growing. We say hello
to
Tasha. We say hello to Jupp. We say hello to Stuart, to Victor, to Andre, to Marc, to Amadeus, to oh my God, La Grecia Nightlights. Right.
You see, somebody's even asking, well, yeah, the cup is still.
Yeah, it's time to put it in our store. We say hello to Dennis, to Max, to RLN, to Abraham, and to all of you. Wonderful, yeah. So many people are around. I'm super motivated. And we have a very special guest tonight. I'm super happy. It took 10 episodes to have a lady as our guest, and it will be 8 Ks.
And look who just came in, Alex, who gave us the tip to invite 8Ks. So that's great.
Alex was our guest in the last episode, in episode number 9. Also a great show we made and very interesting. And we listened to lots of good music. And Andrew says, we are waiting for Rob Acid album in Marotopia. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, let's talk about it first, right? So we started the polls yesterday.
Exactly, yeah. Can you show something, Marc?
Yeah.
Can you show the cool.
I just posted the album name poll. So you can click on this link and then you can choose your personal favorite album name. And most of the names, or all of the names, are ideas from us and from you guys out there. So a big thank you to everyone who suggested very interesting names during the last weeks and months. And finally, we started the poll.
Exactly. Perfect. Gute Laune. Maybe, Marc, can you open this link for us?
Yes, I can.
Maybe just to show them that.
Of course.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, great. So many people are switching in, coming with us. So, yeah. This is the poll with the tracks. There's also, all of these tracks are on the Marotopia SoundCloud. Is this link in the poll as well, Mark?
Yeah, the link is mentioned in the poll, and I will also copy paste the link into the comments so that you can go directly to the list and listen to all the tracks. And maybe we can later on the show listen to a few tracks, and then you can maybe tell us a little bit about how it was when you produced them, or what happened to them, or whether there is a special story behind it. So at the end of the day, we have chosen 24 tracks. So here's the list. There's no particular order. So we have tracks like Die Nacht aus Blei, Dear Oliver, D95, I Love Sake, Homeless Part 1, Da Bomb, Android, Wall of Drums, Chocodrag, Mineral State, and many, many more. So I personally would take all of them, but yeah, that's difficult.
Yeah, will be. I just recognized, understood. It's 3 vinyls in one package. Pwah!
Finally,
That's something special.
Finally, you learned this as well today.
Yeah,
You didn't know.
like for weeks, my brain was, how can you get all the tracks on 2 vinyl? How is this possible?
Yes,
Does he do
now
some
you know.
magic? But okay. Oh, Georgia. Nice. Welcome. Oh,
So many nice friends are here.
I love Georgian food. I miss Georgian food.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's always amazing. In Ukraine, borscht.
So look here. Here's the SoundCloud page, and I have to post the link now. Where is it? Here. Here we are. Comments and Kachong. Here we are. So here you can check out the list and listen to all 24 tracks. And yeah, do the selection. You have 5 votes out of 24 tracks.
Cool. And the cool thing is the vote is going on till our next show, right? Or
yeah, the vote
in
is
2 weeks.
Yeah, the poll is exactly going for a period of 2 weeks now. That means in 2 weeks, our show.
In our show, we will have the results.
Yes, at
live
9 p.m. Central European Time. We will have the results, and we could look into them, but I won't. So I will be surprised.
It should be a surprise. Yeah, it's fine for me.
So who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, and then I have a lot of work to master all these tracks to bring them into the year 2022.
Yeah,
sound-wise.
And finding all the sound files as well.
That's another topic. We can discuss this.
That will be good fun. I have something for you. Look at this.
Yeah. The Behringer Company.
So I want your comments. I saw this on Facebook a few days ago.
Of course, I think hundreds of thousands producers saw this. And actually, Behringer announced this even a year ago, or almost 2 years ago. So it's in the making, but it looks like it's getting real. Everyone who is into synthesizer, this is like one of the oldest, coolest nicest, dirtiest. Sounds really dirty. I had one. There's also a model that is built in a suitcase, and I had this from a friend for a few months. And actually, I used a VC3. You know where?
No.
Ha! The noises in Sin. This. That's this one.
Only possible with the VCS3, of course.
Yes.
With no other synthesizer.
No. That's why Sin is so special.
So did you work with this panel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually super logical. I mean, you see this now. So here you need to cable one cable to the next point, and in this matrix, it's super easy to send one signal to many signals. So that's fine. And you can play. What's the? I don't know the English name. Schifferversenken. If you want to. So if you have a friend, you put these pins in and play Schifferversenken.
Maybe, yeah, why not? I mean, if you're not in the mood to make music.
No, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. At least I need to play some shows to be able to buy it, but Behringer is it's not so expensive like the super original, where you can still order one actually, but you need to wait up to 5 years to get it.
Yeah.
And it costs over 10,000 euro. Forget it.
Which price do you expect? What do you think? I mean, there are so many rumors about the price.
500? 600?
500? No.
Yeah, not more. Really.
What?
It's a mono synthesizer. Of course. Maybe 600.
So the comments
Maximum.
are ranging from 500 to 2,000.
Never ever.
euros.
No. They will make it cheap so they can sell a ton of it. 100%.
I say
Your first Behringer.
yes. True. I didn't even have the denoiser back in the days.
I had it. And you see, I have this one. I like the color. But I have, of course, my original one. It's all cool tools and very affordable. Sounds amazing. I'm completely not understanding the whole bashing thing. I don't care. For me, music instruments are made to make music. And actually, techno music started by that stuff was cheap and available. Techno music didn't start with super expensive synthesizer. It started with cheap stuff. And because when we were young and other people were young, we could buy some old used instruments and make techno.
True. But to come back to the price, please, Marotopians, let us know. What do you think? How much will this VCS3 cost at the end of the day? Maybe for all those who don't know this machine, it's a very unique synthesizer from the early 70s. And as far as I know, Pink Floyd was one of the very, very first popular bands using the synthesizer. And I don't know that many people who are owning it because it's still quite rare.
Jean-Michel Jarre as well used this in his famous albums.
Stuart says 300 to 400. Wow.
Yeah, will be cheap, 100%. 100%.
How much is the ARP 2600 from Behringer?
460. I have this one here somewhere, and it's really good. It's really good.
Okay, I say.
Did I say it's good? It's good.
Yeah, you said it's good. By the way, saying it's good, I have something else I would like to show you.
Okay. I'm looking forward.
He doesn't know what it is.
Oh, Marc wants to surprise me.
Yes, look at this.
Oops. I know this.
I would love to show you a part of this.
Okay. Which part? Where
Have a
I'm
look. Have a
because
look.
people still take this for granted. Like every word that I'm saying, some people even started to. They know every word I told, and that video is 16 years old or older.
Let's have a listen.
Okay.
Also wenn ich Müll geschickt kriege, dann bin ich ziemlich deutlich in den Worten und nehme die Sachen entweder gar nicht an. Also ich lasse mir erstmal ein MP3 schicken und höre mal kurz rein. Und wenn ich höre, das geht gar nicht, dann sage ich ja, dann tut mir leid, das kann ich nicht machen. Weil ich kann auch nicht zaubern. Ich kann nur halt versuchen, etwas zu veredeln, was schon gut ist. Oder ich gebe natürlich dann auch Tipps. Probier doch mal das oder probier mal das. Dann wird sich das schon verbessern und das hilft auch. Und natürlich die große Seuche Limiter-Plugins und Mastering-Plugins. Das ist die schlimmste Seuche, seitdem es Audiobearbeitung gibt. Natürlich, klar, wenn man natürlich selber Musik macht und so ein Ding draufhaut, klingt es erstmal laut und durchsetzungsfähig, aber es ist oft nicht pressbar oder es klingt einfach so grauenhaft, das geht nicht. Also das Erste, was ich den Leuten beibringe, ist, schmeißt eure Masterings-Plugin weg. Ich nehme nicht, also wenn ich das sehe, dass da eine Wellenform Rechteck ist, geht gar nicht. Dann sage ich Tschüss. Kommt wieder, wenn ich da Wellen sehen kann und dynamisches Signal.
I'm known to say the truth. So kill your mastering plugins.
Would you still say it like this 15 years later?
15 years ago, the master
it's
15
not
years
very
ago.
Elegant.
No, I'm not elegant at all. I don't care. It's still most of this stuff sounds shit, and I'm staying with. I'm super picky. My students know when I talk about EQs or compressors. They have to listen to super tiny details that nobody can hear, but I will discuss for hours. So I'm a bit nerdy, but I love I love music in any.
Something funny about your words. You said, first of all, people can send me an MP3.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell MP3?
Back in 15 years ago, to send a WAV file you had to wait half an hour to download, right? And actually, I'm doing mastering since 2005. In the beginning, people were really sending me MP3s to master. It's true. So
makes sense.
Yeah, Andre, exactly.
So with other words, you would still repeat it. If they invite you again now, maybe they make a 20-year Jubilee edition in 2-3 years, and then you would repeat this?
One of the main things that I said was I hate multiband compressors, and I please don't use too many presets. That were the main things that I said, and I'm still into this. I still don't use multiband compressors, and I try to make most of the sounds myself. So it's and
okay.
These days, I think it's why should you be nice all the time, right? If you think it's
all good, all good,
yeah.
Nevertheless, it shows a side of you I don't know so well, but no, it's all good. I mean, it's good that you are honest. Anything else is nonsense. I have one last question regarding this interview. So you say throw away your limiter plugins. How can I throw away a
your
limiter
plugin.
plugin? Please show me.
As
I
you
want to
know-
learn.
Okay, the thing is, I can take the plugin and throw it into the virtual trash can here on my Mac. So
That's what you mean. Okay. Okay. So shall we let in our guest tonight?
yes, please.
Okay.
Where's our guest?
Marotopia proudly presents at episode number 10 this wonderful lady, 8Ks.
Hello.
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 So not representing me.
Yeah, I'm becoming better and better. I mean, so how shall we call you tonight? Shall we call you 8Ks or Ira, or what do you prefer?
I think it's my both version of me. So yeah, Ira, it's a short name from Irina. It's my full name, and also 8Ks is also me, because this is part of me. So deeper inside, and the music so big part of my life. So it doesn't matter whatever you want. 8Ks, Irina, Ira, it's also me.
Then I have my first question.
Yeah.
How did you came up with 8Ks? What's the story of this name?
Yeah, it's a funny story of mistake. So yeah, firstly is that I really like this, just like eight, and trying to find something case, and I really think yes, so it's 8Ks, like key, like normal things. But then I made a mistake, and it's like now it's 8Ks, so just a case. So yeah,
okay.
also nice. I'm okay with it, because it's became more unique than usual
8 keys.
Yeah, so that was the story. But I think as for me, it's now it's not the real meaning of this name. It's just part of me, just like the name of my music career.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear 8Ks, you automatically think about 88 keys.
Yeah, but
So-
that's why sometimes promoters write me right but wrong. So I need to always fix it. Yes.
Oh, there's an act called 88 Keys. Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah. So it was a story.
Yeah, nice. So the reason why you are our guest is actually our guest from 2 weeks ago, Alex. We had him 2 weeks ago, Alex from Dear Records.
And he's still in the chat, I think, if I saw him, right? Hello, Alex.
Hi.
Hi, Alex.
Yeah,
Thank you, Alex.
And we asked him about the Ukrainian electronic scene, and one name he mentioned was yours. And the next day, Robert and I had a long chat, and then we said, okay, here we are, Alex K.
Hello, Alex.
Hey. Thanks once again for this great hint. And we discussed what we can do in our next show, and then we came up with the idea to ask you to be our guest. So, and here you are.
Yeah, here we are.
I have one more question. I heard a rumor that you were doing music under a different name as well, right?
Yeah, I have a story before. I came from a trance music, and it was my real name Ira, but it's sounded like Ira. And yeah, I'm started with it like a DJ, and then trying to make music in this alias, and but then I decided that I want to be more than one style, and just trying to do something new, and made some experiments with different kinds of styles of music, and I decided to start from zero, and here we are.
How, can I ask a question?
Oh,
Mark,
sorry.
can I ask more?
Yeah,
No,
please,
I Mark. Okay,
You are
how would you
co-host.
describe? No, Mark is always super prepared. Like he has a plan for everything, and I'm Mr. Chaos, as everybody can see. How would you describe your sound? I know it's super difficult, and for me, it's horrible to answer this. But I would like to know, how would you describe your sound?
I think it's a real first question that just I'm trying to answer for myself, but I think it's a kind for now. For now, it just maybe something changed for a year because I'm changing music around me change, and for now I think it is a kind of a big part of melody still there in my tracks. Maybe it's my trancy past. Maybe it's that I love some kind of atmospheric melody, and also I really like good groove. And so it's compare some from the good melody and good groove. So it's comes together. It's sound of 8Ks, but also I really like to do something with the breaks. Something with you know maybe some trancy synthesizers or something like that. So it's different kind of music and styles, but mostly it's melody. I think the main thing that I've got in my tracks.
Sounds good. Mark, I think it would be great to listen to maybe something from Era or 8Ks to show our people what kind of music our guest is doing, right?
I'm trying to see. I can sing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some
So,
of you.
Yeah, do an a cappella. That's fine.
yeah, to let the Marotopians know already a little bit about what's coming up next, Ira has given us an exclusive and private SoundCloud link. So we have the big honor tonight to listen to her up and coming tracks and demos. And this is a very big privilege. And thanks a lot for this, Ira, because I know that a lot of artists are a little bit afraid of this. But I'm pretty sure that people and our Marotopians are really appreciating this.
Yeah,
So
I think just one mark about that next tracks. It's maybe some of them you listen at my live act that I made it last summer or years ago, and but all of them I wrote it before the war starts, so it's a new one, but not so really fresh.
okay,
But it
then
unreleased.
Okay,
Yeah.
which track should we play? Maybe.
Yeah, you can start it with Lira. It's a track that I made in Kharkiv when I worked there, because I spent 6 months at Kharkiv studio. So it's Lira made it there.
Okay,
So-
then let's have a listen. Here we go.
Louder, louder, louder.
I think we can
Cut. Okay.
change the edges because it's like yeah, I think we can, just it's the main part of the track because it's I make it always DJ friendly with no really nice intro and outro, so it's I think it's just a little bit boring in the start and in the end. So yeah, just it was the main idea that I made on the synthesizer that I really love, Torres Ace One, and it's the same I told you before, just the same synthesizer that I use at Rainbow. So I really love to do something really crazy arpeggio in this small one. So yeah, I use it well. So it was, I think, few takes, and I trying to record it live. This main melody and put inside arrangement.
Robert, what do you think about the track?
No, I like the. Okay, should I be nice or honest?
Honest. Let's destroy me.
Okay. No, the groove was super cool. I was missing bass, but maybe you used stereo bass, or it was kind of thin because
Yeah,
we
I
listened
think
in mono.
if we were listening all it's in when I listen at my phones, I miss I think more than 50% of the tracks.
Then you
so
had
it-
phase problems. Yeah, I already thought so because
Yeah.
when you play it in mono, all the sounds where you have a problem in your mixdown, they disappear.
Yeah, because I tried it before the dance floor, and I feel that I feel enough bass line there. So maybe some mixing tips. Yes, I know maybe it's not perfect yet, but they have already
okay.
bass line. So we miss it in this streaming now.
Yeah, and but that's only me. I'm known to be critical with long breaks. I always ask the artist why you do the break. What's the meaning of the break?
Yeah, just I know that a lot of people not like long breaks, but I do. Maybe not all the track. It's not like a rule for me, but I really want to, play it with arpeggio, so it's looking like something more closer to life. As I told you, that life taken part of the track. So it's just like experiment. I'm playing with a synthesizer, with a filter editor, and trying. So that's why maybe it's just a little bit longer than usual things.
Okay.
Come in a bit worse now. So yeah, it's a track. I use it. I tried on a dance floor once, but it's more about mood. It's not about full intensive on a dance floor. Maybe I should do something with the intro, and it's became more. I think I call it this track Spotify friendly. Just more for listen, not for dancing.
Ira, here comes the thing. Robert is not a DJ.
Come on, the thing is, if you play these days with the modern music, you have in every track breaks. So the people dance for a minute and then again a break. And they stand there. Okay, now because smoking is forbidden in a club, okay, they can go and take a cigarette or go and get a beer. But back then, techno was dancing.
Until the next episode, I will write down every track of you with minimum 16 bars in the break, and I'm pretty sure I will find a lot.
Of course, I have tracks with long breaks, but they have a meaning because they tell a story, or I go from one part of the track to the next part.
Yeah, I think, but it's also, in my opinion, I think
Here we
maybe
go.
I think the breakdown is also needs for to put for me. It's like main idea because that I said I like a melody and sometimes it's a real nice part in arrangement to show all melody and to make an accent on it. So
Oh, okay.
I must say I'm on her side because here comes the
Yeah.
thing. So when you produce a track, you want to narrate a story, right? And then you don't think so much about the dance floor. But Ira, we have to explain one thing to Robert. So when you
Please.
are when you are when you are DJing, you can use a third CDJ player with a kick drum loop.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what I sometimes do. So I take a third player for a cappellas, for grooves, for just a kick drum, and then you can arrange your DJ set yourself, and then you can play. I mean, it's really I love this little technique or this little skill because then you can play a track as you wish. You have both possibilities. I mean, when the kick drum is always playing, you can use the filters, of course, and then you have your break, your own made break, right? But you can also do it the other way around. So you can just I do this many times because it's always I first of all I want to play the track, right? And then it depends a little bit on the situation, festival, little club, where you play, and then you can still choose yourself the length of the break, or maybe you don't play a break.
Yeah,
So
and I think also you I've got a good question now about breakdown. I'm thinking about it while I'm doing it.
Mhm.
It's thank
Mhm.
Robert, and I'm thinking that I also not all about the club like I work like a DJ. When you came and trying to, or for example, like I said, you made the live act and you're trying to put a story, not only one track, and want to put it all your live set. So it's should be not only about groove for me. It's also about for another part of arrangement. For example, melody. Example, for example, a voice. Textures. I think it's coming from atmosphere, so that's why I think it should be in my opinion in my tracks. So it should be because it's really good accent for some emotional part of the track for me.
But that
yeah,
means you have a break in every track you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we cannot listen to another tracks because we have in every breakdown.
No,
Think
I'm
only
totally fine with
I'm,
this.
I'm fine.
I have a good news. In the most of them, only one. So yes.
No, this is totally fine because I think there are different ways to approach a track, and also home listeners or people who are sitting on the plane or in a train, they also deserve a special listening experience. And I, as a DJ, I don't know, maybe not everybody is doing this techniques, but I can still influence the track myself.
Also
Okay,
works.
me as a live act, of course, I can decide myself when to take the kick out or no.
Anyway. But dear Marotopians, do me one favor. For the next show, please write down all Robert Babic and Rob Acid tracks with breaks which are longer than 16 bars. Let's see how many we find.
They have a reason because for me, okay, let me explain. The way how I do music is I see myself not as a musician, I see myself as a storyteller. And every track is telling a little story, and every element in the track is like an actor or some decoration in this story. So of course, if I do a breakdown, it has a a meaning because this and this happened, and now the energy needs to flow in that direction because the story needs to be told. I'm not doing breaks because everybody is doing breaks, and because it has to be done. I do it when I think the story needs this break. So I have a lot of tracks where I think the break is not needed. But, for me, I always ask myself, for every element that I put in, does it help to tell the story? Does it help the story? So but I'm the crazy one. So it's
no,
fun.
but here comes the point. I mean, let's change the perspective. I mean, I'm also completely into storytelling, and for storytelling, a break is perfect. When you see a track like, let's say, a theater piece, then you have different actors. And what is the best possibility to give a spotlight on an actor or on an element you want to
totally
feature?
Yeah, that's
the
true.
best way to put a spotlight on something is to mute the rest. And the rest is maybe also the kick drum. And then you have something like a contrast, and then you can put the spotlight on, let's say, an additional arpeggio line or on a cowbell figure or just a ride. So as you see, there are different and possible approaches to tell a story in a track. And I have to come back to the track. Chapeau, I really love it. It's a fantastic track. It's a space track. As you maybe know, I'm doing this radio show, Music from Space, and I close my eyes and I'm in space. So it's really
but you were listening
nice.
in stereo. We were listening just in mono.
I'm just send you a link, Robert.
Yeah.
You will check it. And
I will check it.
You will check it, and this term is the second one.
No, this is what you said is a big compliment. Believe me.
No, it was
Thanks
a good trick. Just for also the people out there, it's simply don't do a break because everybody is doing a break in every track. Think about this. Does it make sense? And if you don't have a straight answer, yes, this track needs this, then don't do it. Simply.
I totally agree with you because, a few days before
The break police.
I will make a sign for the future. You will see in our show. You saw me looking around. I was trying to find something to show break police.
Because Andre mentioned it already in the comments.
Yeah, my students know this. I'm always complaining.
Yeah. But it's also good. We all have, the own meaning and how we see our music. I think it's the most beautiful things in electronic sense that you can do everything you want and be unique, or maybe not unique with a breakdown. Yeah, but I think, thanks for this question, because 2 days before I made some sketch on the computer, and I'm feeling that I'm not feeling okay that with a breakdown. I'm feeling okay with everything, but not with the breakdown. Maybe I need to skip this part this time. And
perfect.
Yeah, we'll see what we got.
Really, just ask yourself, does the track needs this? If it's not needing, only because every other crazy guy or girl is doing a break, you don't need it. Then you will be more special because you don't have a break. The people will wait for the break, and they will listen through all the track, and the track when it's finished, they will start again from the beginning because they are searching the break. So they will listen to the track at least 20 times. You have way more plays on Spotify. You will see.
Ira, can you believe I'm doing this show every week with this guy? Can you believe this? How tough this is?
Are you sure you are friends?
Sometimes.
That's exactly the reason why we are friends. I mean, look at us. How different can two people be?
Yes.
Cool. It's if you have any breaks down and just you given any chance to people to smoke a cigarette and not have a drinks, just dance?
They can have a mental breakdown, no problem.
I can imagine that people who are offering something for Babbage style, they don't have the courage anymore to make a break track anymore. So the kick will always play. Anyway, shall we listen to the second one?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. But maybe we're scrolling to the maybe 1 minute.
To the break.
to the break.
Okay, let's listen to the break.
Oh.
Sounds like acid. I like it.
Just a little bit.
Now you're in my house.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now I have bass. Great.
But we miss a lot of quality, there.
Cool. Okay, nice. Okay, people prepare. We come slowly to the break. Soon. But maybe the break police say it's nice. You see, you still can you can dance because the sequence was running. Now, okay, now we stop. But the melody is there. Okay, get a cigarette.
The drinks.
And some drinks. work on that as well. Okay, cool. But Lizzie, you are not in the club to think, you are in the club to dance. Okay, cool. No,
Yeah.
that was nice. And
Thank you, Roland.
and because I'm a professional melancholic human, I can hear you like melancholic melodies as well.
Yeah, also too. I'll say so many. I heard feedbacks from art directors of the clubs that you play really sad music. I say
I
okay.
get this comment as well. Yes, I get this comment as well.
I am. It's me. Yes, it's not about sad. It's about feelings. I think it's.
Yes.
Yeah, but sorry, I mean, club music is most of the time melancholic. And in minor, of course, and not in major.
Yeah. David Guetta is kind of
Oh.
major scale.
Yeah, but major is more for the fairgrounds, I would say.
But actually, Happy Answer is major. Just so you know.
Of course, this is an exception. I would say 80% is in minor. And by the way, I heard a few years ago in an article that people who are loving minor music are the happier ones. So all the Depeche Mode fans out there, you are the happy ones.
Yeah, not sure. So yeah, it's not so long breakdown there. I hope so.
No, it was cool. No, all good.
Oh, super track. Really love it.
Cool. Yeah,
Really
very
good
groovy.
quality, touching.
Thanks,
So
guys.
I'm very curious now, Ira. So I mean, everybody has her or his own biography, and I asked this Alex already 2 weeks ago as well. So how did you come to electronic music, and was there a certain moment where you got infected by this wonderful kind of music?
I'm not sure that I remember this special moment. Just like I think most of people listen Prodigy, Chemical Brothers, and etc. The projects that really major, as you say, but I think it was another kind of majors like nowadays. So yeah, it's a step by step. I'm trying to listen something, but I really like house and disco house music before I started to like more techno or trance music. Yeah, it was a step by step in an era where it's no just only CD. It's only internet was with modem internet on a phone. So it's not so many music how you find in the internet like nowadays. But yes, we are, I have really good influence from my classmates who show me different kind of music, and is step by step I came to the became an electronics lover.
And was there a special event or festival or club night which made you like infected? Like you walked out of this place and you were like, oh my God, what was this? This was so amazing.
I think it was impression by I was impressioned by local DJs and that playing in Ukraine in this time, and they were super
Which town?
professional.
In which
Yes,
town?
it was a DJ Annali. I think it was a DJ Chief MC, and it's a guy's really huge in Ukrainian scene. They really was. It was a vinyl era when the DJs play mostly in a vinyl. So yes, maybe after a few parties that I saw, I was really infected and really like what the guys do on turntables, how they're sharing the moves, the music, and it's impressed me.
And what moment was? Do you remember when you thought, okay, I want to do this as well? Like how can I do this?
I think I want to be a DJ even in a school when you only putting some club music and the pop music together, trying to mix it like this, like first step. Yeah, and I think it's moving coming slowly. It's not be like a flash on my mind. It was really slowly, and because I really was a music lover, and when you love a music, you always want to share it. And a DJ is a really, as my opinion, it's a really best way to share your music with another people, but not only sharing. You can tell a story. You can could be influencer also, and also show something new for the auditory. So yeah, it was a really slowly process. It's not be in one moment decision.
And
But
I know
but I remember one thing that I really remember. I came to my father. I say, "Pa, I want to be a DJ," and he say, "I think you want to be better, better person."
how old were you when you asked him this?
Sorry.
How old were you when you asked him
when
this?
I asked him, it was 15 or 16 years old, so it's pretty young. I graduated school at this time, so my father decided I should be more serious to make my profession more seriously, not like only about music. And who is a DJ? Who is this guy? Who is this girl? What they are doing? Just playing in the club. Yeah. So
And when did you start it? Like, where was the first moment you touched the synthesizer, or you opened?
Yeah, after a long way when I was a DJ, I decided to decided that it's not enough for me. I want to make music, and I start to ask my friends, oldest friends who really good in some sequencers or stuff, to teach me. And but about the synthesizer, I think it was firstly that I touched and really want to bought it. It was in Hamburg. I was with my family at in some tourist vacation, and I visited Just Music. I think it's big shop, and I saw a lot of gears, and I'm trying to touch it, and it was really impressed me. And I decided that step by step I need to try to buy something and trying to do something with it in the future. So yeah, it wasn't a Hamburg yet. I suppose it was. Yeah, and also since this time I bought a lot, not really good stuff. It's not really useful synthesizers, but I think it's a good way to bought something and try it and feel if it fit for your setup or you need to sell it. So if sometimes someone asks me what we need to bought in the beginning, I can answer on it, because you should feel this way by your own feet, not
Very
for.
true.
I just can make some comments about synthesizers that I have, but not at all. Maybe, for example, you like Roland and or a replica of Behringer, and someone like only Dave Smith synthesizer. It's all about flavors. It's all about experience, about what you need to show the world, in which way.
Yeah, and it's not about the instruments at all. Like most of the people are just doing music with a laptop and
Exactly.
and Ableton these days, right? Or
I know this is a
Fruity
synthesizer from.
Loops.
Yeah, and even headphones from iPhone. I know these people that do really nice music, even this way, and I think it's for me hardware synthesizer is like more than for me like a fetish. I like it, and it's really inspired me. So I think it's not necessary to start to do something.
But it makes fun, and you can touch it,
Yeah.
and you can do mistakes, and that's nice. The thing is with plugins, I love plugins a lot, and I use them a lot. But you don't make mistakes with plugins. With hardware, you play something and you push the wrong button or you push the wrong fader, and something amazing can happen that you never planned.
Yeah.
And I'm missing this in the software world somehow.
Yeah.
Marc.
But Marc?
What do you say to this?
Yeah, true. Very true. But you can use Arturia plugins because they have some built-in mistakes sometimes, especially the ARP 2600. And I mean, you can still generate the mistakes yourself. So even if you use, let's say, an Arturia VCS 3 plugin, then you can make a session, record it, and then you can create the mistakes yourself.
Yeah, let's do more mistakes.
Yes.
Please,
Even-
And less breaks. More
Yeah.
mistakes and less breaks.
more breaks. We want more breaks.
I had a really interesting session, as you know, for the people outside. I'm teaching, and I have a teaching thing, and every week I meet with my students. And last week I had this idea of, is it possible? Of course it's possible, but how does it feel if you create a track, but everything is played by hand and nothing is quantized? So that was hard. Like play the kick drum. Just the track without quantization and all the sounds, and I was playing everything, recorded, and then it sounded like exactly like 80s music. And now I know the secret how 80s music was done. It was done by hands.
Yeah.
Was cool. No, really interesting. And you got this cool synthy groove, disco housey, Italo feeling. Really cool. So, Marc, expect from me unquantized music.
Can't wait.
Then I will have fun when the DJ is trying to mix this.
They will love you for sure. Yeah, Ira, I have another topic which is very important to me, and we talked about this already 2 days ago when we had our short briefing for this show. I mean, it's not a secret that there are more men than women in the scene of electronic music, and we chatted already a little bit about why this is so. And now that we have you here, a very successful female DJ and producer,
Successful.
I would love to ask you if you have any advice to up-and-coming ladies who want to become DJ producers and composers as well. So do you have any advice for them? Because I can imagine that a few are maybe still too shy, or that they think, oh, the technique is maybe nothing for me. And we found out 2 days ago already that this is something which shouldn't be an obstacle.
The voice. When you ask me about why the women, it's not so popular to be a producer in a, it's why so not many women producers, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it 2 days, and I'm trying to explain last time, but I think it's wrong explanation. And but I think it doesn't. I repeat it again. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man. If you wanna be in this industry, or if you wanna just writing music for yourself, just like only on your laptop and not showing to anywhere. So it doesn't matter who you are. Just only your motivation, only your desire and passion inside that you want to do. So, and maybe you need to be more deepy in some things, and you should be ready that you spend a lot of time for learning something. But I think if you even became some, as you say, successful producer, you learning also learning. You should learn every time, every day. It's because if you want to develop, develop your sound, develop yourself, and it's never ending story. What I really like in electronic music, you always learn. You never feel it top.
Okay,
So
then
if you want to do something, let's do it. Let's start it. It's what's my advice.
okay, let's say
And don't do a long breakdown.
you should.
Yeah.
No, let's say I'm a lady and I'm collecting records. I'm playing already in some clubs, and then I think, okay, I know the DJ job now. I have great records here. I know what I would do, but I have no synthesizer, no DAW. How would you start from scratch?
So firstly, if you want to try to do some music, you should bought a laptop, I think. If because if you want to do music without laptop, you need to buy a lot of gears, I think, for example. Or you want to start, you can buy something one unit and trying to feel it, how it. But if you want to try, my advice is you if you have a laptop, if you have download a light version of any DAW, you just need to spend every day for a few hours to improve your knowledge about it. Nowadays, a lot of tutorials, a lot of courses, a lot of information. I know that you should lost in it, but you need to be proper user. You need to check it. You need to find something interesting for yourself. You need digging this, but the main advice is you should start, and you should to find the time for this. Even you go to the courses, even you find the teacher for yourself. If you're not doing for yourself anything at home, you not got a result, because teacher and your mentor is just a follower and the helper that try to follow you in this world of the music. But if you want to be really nice and really good and have some result on it, you should do it's like a self-education, always self-education.
I mean, it's a long time ago when I started, and it's very difficult for me to comprehend the current situation, because when I began, there were two programs, Cubase and Notator. And Notator is already past, but now we have, I don't know how many DAW popular
A
ones
lot.
do we have, robots, like 12, 15? I have no idea. And
I think like the mains are 5 or 6. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
the
also
big ones. Yeah, and so many small ones. Yeah.
Besides the usual suspects like Ableton Live, Logic, and Cubase, we also have Bitwig and Reason and
Fruity Loops is big.
Fruity Loops, FL Studio. A lot of people from the west coast of the US are using Fruity Loops. The entire bunch of Dirty Bird producers, they love this. So when I'm really at the beginning point, I mean, which DAW should I choose, especially when everything is overwhelming me in the beginning and I just want to start, but the programs are so complex. So how can I start? Which program could I use?
Oh, it's always, a lot of discussion about the people who use Ableton says it's the best one. People who use Fruity Loops say that Fruity Loops best or Pro Tools or something like that. Just I think it doesn't matter.
Logic.
Or Logic,
Oh
for
my God.
example. Or Logic, for example, yeah. So I think it's it's when I start, my friends use Ableton, so that's why I follow it. But I think you just need maybe scrolling and find some tutorial or maybe explanation about this stuff and decided what you really want to do. Ableton for me really useful now, because if you want to play live act, it's really flexible for it. But a lot of programs, that's one point that I want to say, that you need just to start. If you feel this stuff, you still working on it, and it will be okay. But if it's not for you flexible or comfortable, you can choose everything, but you need to start firstly.
And there is no best. They are just tools. And there is no best, of course.
And how we know it's the different artists get good results using different stuff. So you never know.
But actually, Marc, I have an idea for a future show, because I saw so many videos where people were showing some technical stuff, and I need to rant about this because I see so many stupid tips. They are so wrong.
Yeah, this is true. I agree.
We need to make a video where I say the truth.
Yes, I think it's a good idea to pick up a list of good tutorials from different channel. It's real. I think will be really useful for people who really want to start and looking for something real nice, real informative.
Yeah, maybe really a good idea for a future show, Marc. We can show a few good ones and say some bad words about bad ones. I like
you love it. Yes, I think it's your favorite part.
I say the bad words, Marc say the good words.
I must say, I can imagine it's very overwhelming. I mean, when I started, I remember that, at the end I did it, but first of all, it took me a long time to understand everything. And second of all, I'm still learning. I made my first track in 1991, which is now 30 years ago. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning every day. I'm also learning from you, Ira, now when I listen to your tracks. It gives me inspiration. But I can imagine that, I want to remove the fear from the people who maybe think, I would love to make music, but everything is too complicated. I will never do this. I will never make this. And I want to remove the fear from these people, because my personal opinion is that everyone is an artist and that everybody can have good ideas. I always compare it with the situation: you go to a kindergarten and you give a white sheet of paper to, let's say, 25-year-old children, and they will all paint a nice picture for sure. So, and this improves that actually everyone is an artist. You just have to do it. You just have to try it. And this is something I want to discuss so that people lose the fear, because the potential is there. I mean, I see that every week I also learn new artists and think, oh my God, I didn't know them, but they are so great. So the potential we can check out is infinite, right?
Yeah.
Every day, we have 60,000 new releases on Spotify. Every day.
Yeah, which is great.
That's too much.
No, there's no too much.
Way too many
Sky's the limit.
breaks.
Sky is the limit, my friend.
So many breaks. Imagine every day, new breaks.
Oh,
Oh
I need
my
to make a
God.
T-shirt anti-break.
Robert like a breaks Grinch, you know?
Yes.
Robert versus Marc. Break versus no break.
We need to we need to make definitely something like T-shirts for Robert.
Yes, please.
Stop breakdown, you know?
So let's listen to some more music after all this chatting.
Oh, really? Maybe not. Not mine.
I have found a link on YouTube I would love to share with all of you. And the link is this one here.
Oh,
Oh, no.
oh.
It's
I
a
don't know
great
this one.
act I
Okay,
just
cool.
got to know. So shall we have a listen?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit, please.
Cool. Break. Was this sequence coming from the Odyssey?
Sorry.
The main sequence is from the Arp Odyssey. Because it's cool. Sounds good.
It's you mean when I play it or when it's
No, there's the sequence.
the sequence? I think it's coming from Torres' one. I think. I suppose, but I'm not sure that what I've got that you're meaning.
Yeah, there's
I think it was Teresa's one. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, it was 1 year ago. 1 year ago.
And the location was
Swimming
pool.
It's swimming pool. It's empty Soviet Union building. It was a kind of I don't know how it called in English, but people coming for some relax there in Soviet Union time. So like a spa, Soviet Union spa, and they have also a basement. Not basement, it's a pool. It's was really empty and really dirty, actually. And but if you
Cool
see
location.
if you see this location without any lights, it's looking really dangerous. But the guys who helped me to shoot in the video do a really good job, a great job, and it makes another atmosphere there. So it was my first time when I do 1 hour live act, so it was like point for me. And I realized it's too many synthesizer for 2 hands.
I know this game.
Yeah, but
Can
you
tell us?
but
Can
you
you tell
are
us-
like a professional of this. I'm not just in the beginning, and I'm feeling like, okay, it's
It
too
will
much.
always be too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you play only one part on the synthesizer, you want to keep it with you. You know, in this, you're trying to make atmosphere of your own studio, but it's too difficult to do something on a gig. Yeah. So now I'm searching, as I said, right setup, flexible setup for a gig. Always searching. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the live act, about the setup, and which gear you used? I'm pretty sure that our community is very keen to learn what you are using and for which skills.
So I'm trying to explain how I can. So the main brain is still Ableton Live. The main clocks goes from Ableton. I usually make some parts in my projects that I made tracks, like a kick, like a bass line, like drum things, because sometimes I'm not using a drum machine because I have an in studio drum machine, but I bought this summer, last summer, Pioneer sampler from. Also, it's like collaboration Dave Smith and Pioneer.
SB16.
Yeah, because it's always really flexible to load some samples, even not like a drums, and use it. It's really nice
I
for my
have
set.
it as well. It's
And
really
actually,
great
it's,
sounding machine.
yeah, but I think
And
it's
simple.
too. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to be more simply things when I play, because it's if you trying to make your setup more heavy, it's first of all big problem for you, because listeners not feeling it, and you should be right on your moving and sounding. So yes, but as for me, this sampler is too expensive, so that's why I bought the second hand one, and just for really really low prices. And actually, guys, when I bought it, they say, "Oh, I know you. I make a discount for you." I say, "Okay." Well, it's a good reason to be in Instagram. So and I have a PC 40 for like a controller, and in this video I use two, because for me it's always not enough stand for not a stand, like lines that I want to channels that I want to put on my track, because I really want to more detalize all tracks, but it's also really difficult to when you play it. So that's why I try to make combine two APC 40, but usually I only use one. And also I have small one, if it's not two APC, also a small controller for a synthesizer. It's channel for a synthesizer, because sometimes you need switch or off this MIDI that you played, because I use a lot of MIDI. I'm not a good players. I'm not piano players or something like that. So that I'm use a lot of MIDI in my sessions. So yes, and also I use synthesizers that I use always. It's Torres S1, always is Peak Novation. Last time I used Moog 37, but I'm not feeling it, not do it, use it a lot, because it's, you know, yeah,
it's another topic.
yeah, I'm
Everybody
trying.
knows I don't like Moog.
Yeah, because yeah, it's Moog. It's yeah, it's last video that I recorded. It's not you can find on YouTube yet, because it's only recorded before the war starts. And yes, and I use it because it's standing in my studio, so it will be interesting to change some setup. And really I use my matrix boot, because it's, you know, just a little bit heavy to use it in live setup. And actually why a lot of DJ not a DJ producers use I think sub 37, because it's really easy to find this synthesizer on a location, on a venue, because when you send your technical writer, it should be also flexible, and it's Moog, it's that everything have. So that's why it's also on every setup, I think. Yes, about audio connection, I use in this video, I use Apollo Twin, and have at that how it called, it's many channels at that for universal audio, but it's made by Behringer, so it's sound really low quality. Yeah, so that's why I'm looking for something to you know, to change, and maybe looking for some more channel cards. For example, RME also will be flexible to take it with me on a gig. And also thinking about some good mixture to also use it in my setup in the future. So it's still developed.
There's a cool company called Fish. They do interfaces, also ADAT. They have really good quality, but very good prices, not so expensive like RME. RME is like super high quality, but also high quality price.
I need, I think, after the show, text you and ask you about the model and check what it is. Yes, so if you have some question about setup, I think it's I can answer on it. But every time it's changing. Nothing. What never changing? It's Ableton and APC 40 by Akai.
Yeah,
But
APC
actually,
40 is amazing. Very versatile.
My teddy bear has the Behringer Moog in his hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you told us some very great news before the show. So maybe we should tell the people that you were working in Kharkiv in a studio for a while, correct?
Yeah. I work in them maybe it's 5 months because I miss the last one. It's a war start. So yeah, I worked at the studio 5 months, and all my synthesizer were there. And today I have a really cool news because and thank you for my colleague Dmitry and my colleague Alexander that helped me with it. They packed all small things and save it from a studio. And I know that also a biggest one like Matrix Brook and Ref 2, they also save it. But the smallest one is coming to Berlin today. It's my also good friend of mine brings me this stuff that I use it at Live Act, most of it. So I'm super happy because I say goodbye all of them and just left it behind. And but now it's super good news for me. It's that I not lost that I really love.
Yeah, and you got the news today, right? That you received the synths arrived today, correct?
No, since arrived yesterday evening, but today I will, unpack it and see that everything is okay with all gears, all tools. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super good news. I'm so happy for you. I mean, that must have
Thanks.
And
felt
it's
yeah,
good
horrible.
that you are safe as well. I mean, that's
Yeah,
I think the
yeah,
most important, right?
yeah, and the synthesis was not a priority as all this time, but it's like a kind of good news that it's still with me now.
Right.
But thanks again because these two guys are real hero because they come back to the Kharkiv and take this stuff with them, and really appreciate it for it to guys, and want to say thank you again. That's helped me with it.
Super cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really cool, you guys. Thanks so much for bringing the synths to where they belong. So you worked a few months in Kharkiv, and then where did you go after you left?
I was, in Kiev before war started because I'm just going to spontaneous gig to Kiev, and decided to spend few days with the family and in my Kiev place for a few days, and then the war starts, and I spend I think 2 or 2.5 weeks in Ukraine with my family, and we decided what we need to do next. And then I find a way to take my parents, and we go abroad, firstly in Croatia, and I left my family there. I found really nice places, like friends of mine also helped me with find a place for my parents, and then I go to the Amsterdam for my friends to start the work because I need it, and then I'm in Berlin now. And the first things that I really want to do now is start work and help my country and help people who stay in Ukraine, uh, for make some charity to save the money for it, and because we need it. I'm happy be there, but it's the story not is the end. We want to do something even there for a country, and trying to help our army and our people to survive in this difficult time, in this war time.
Yeah, and you are saying the right thing because we have just posted the link you asked us to post in our chat. It's just there in on the screen. So if you want, you can donate something to through this link. And can you tell us something about the link
Yeah.
and where the money ends up?
Yeah, it's I live in Kiev. I think most of my life, but I'm born in a small city in the Kiev district. It's called Fastiv, and I spent also a few days there before I go in the west. And I have a lot of friends there, and also family. Part of my family is still there, and also my aunt. She still helping now people a lot in Fastiv, because people who trying to escape the war from the east and from the north of Kiev district. You know, this terrible situation about Bucha and the pins that happened when it was be occupied Russian army, and a lot of people who survive and escape also still in the Fastiv, or maybe it's like a green corridor for many people to escape on the west. So they need food. They need also it's unprotected things for the people who trying to care about city. And we trying to make this charity to help this my native city, and I know the personal people who will be use this money, so I'm really trust them. And it's more for humanitarian things, for helping the people who escape from a really dangerous region of Ukraine. All Ukraine now really feel it at bomb attacked every day, but we know that the place that was occupied by Russian army, and people trying to, escape and survive in this time. So yeah, that's for these people and for my native city, Fastiv. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really good that you know
Yeah.
these people personally, because the television in Germany, for example, they are showing a lot of possibilities to donate money, but you always ask yourself how much will arrive and in which way will it arrive.
Yeah.
And it's of course good to have this recommendation by you if you
Yeah,
know
and
these people.
yeah, and also it's given not only by myself. I do it with my good friends of mine from Ukraine. So it's like a, you know, group of people who trying to help. Not only me. And it will be my priority to find some people who I can directly send those money that I receive from another people, or I have like my fee for a gig. It was really important for me. We spoke with a different artists in Ukraine who can work now in Escape, and we also want to help people directly, not only foundation. We want to help directly people who really need it now.
Yeah, that's really good.
Good.
And I want to say, I want to say thank you for all who help Ukrainian now. Uh, Donation, you shelter us, you help us to adapt there, you send it. Even a good words also help for to support each other. So thank every people who trying to help Ukrainian now, and Ukraine also too,
Yeah.
especially Ukrainian army too.
So I personally know three families in Germany who are having Ukrainian guests at the moment. So the solidarity in Germany, from what I see, is very extended, especially from the normal people. So the usual citizens who are saying, okay, people can live in our home as long as they have to. And this, when it comes to Germany, I've never experienced something like this before, to be honest. So that's a very nice aspect. Yeah, the time is already over. It was like a finger snap. Very, very, interesting, exciting, informative show with you. Thanks for being our guest.
Thank you guys for having me.
And yeah, I can just follow up to the words of Matthias. He just wrote 8Ks, very talented artist, all the best. There's
Thank
nothing
you.
there's nothing we can add, Robert, right?
That's the good last word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks guys for your kind words and supporting me. Uh, for the kind words. It's really, really important for me now. So thank you, guys, and hope to see you soon in real
Yeah,
life.
absolutely. Hope to see you soon in real life at a gig somewhere. And I hope, although we have a break police here in our show, we can welcome you once again in the near future. So I hope you will be our guest as well again.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I made a new one for you, Robert, without any breakdown.
Perfect. Looking
Okay,
forward.
then let's close the show with a third track by 8Ks.
Oh, really? Maybe that made it before. That you like it. You can show. Maybe nobody knows about Rainbow.
Should I play track 3 or track 4, or what would you like to
Yeah,
listen to?
let's do Ariel. It's really, for me, touchable melodies that really, I think good for outro of this all of this show. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Ariel will be good.
Ira,
It's her-
thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for being our guest. All the best for you, and we hope
Thanks,
to see
guys.
you soon. So
Thanks,
let's
guys.
listen to some nice music, and thanks a lot, and bye-bye
Bye,
to everyone.
Thanks.